I don't know if any of this is going to work, and most likely no one will see this because they changed up the whole YouTube interface, and I did a live like a week ago, and it worked. And now they've changed everything, and now I can't seem to get the setup that I had for this live stream to work. So I don't know if anybody's going to see this. I'm still going to test it. I had to basically try to do a workaround, which means that I lost all the setup work that I did. So hopefully somebody might see it. We'll see. I've been like for the last hour trying to get this thing figured out, and YouTube had it where you could set up a stream and you could tell people when you were going to do it. Premiere it, go live, whatever, and then somehow they messed it up. It's either that or it's completely nonsensical how you're supposed to get it to work. So one thing I'm doing is, and if you caught a couple of my last Facebook lives, is I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to interact regularly to have these shows where we can talk and all the hi everybody, and what's the best format in which to deliver that. So yesterday I put up one that was a Facebook live, and so I was able to do it live on Facebook, and then I downloaded the video and then put the video up on YouTube. The problem with that is you don't really get a whole lot of interaction on Facebook. It seems to be there's a delay too, and then and I'm not really interacting with people on YouTube, which is where I'd like to have more of the interaction. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I know people like Scott Adams do their Periscope live on Twitter Periscope in the mornings, and then they put it up on YouTube. I'm hoping that now that I got faster internet that I can actually find a way to do a live show here on YouTube so that people can ask questions or we can interact, or I could have a demonstration or whatever, and people can participate in it. I don't know how it's going to work because they keep changing everything. They just changed the whole interface. And so I spent the morning and I went through and I laid out what I wanted to do, and I put up a thumbnail. I did this and that and got it the way I wanted to get it. And then I couldn't get it. They're saying, oh, well, you have to have an encoder. Well, the whole point of the new live streaming is that you don't need an encoder anymore. I don't know. Somebody smarter than me is going to have to figure this stuff out. All right, so let me see if I can put out a quick. Hey, if you're out there though, let me know how the video looks, how the audio looks. I'm gonna try to send out an alert so maybe I can get some of the people who are waiting over on the other link to get over here, so we can talk. See how it's gonna work. There's a chat there that you can go into and you can type in whatnot and let me know how the connection's going if you want to. So on the Facebook live that I did the other day that came out really, really good, I did I used my phone as the camera, and it seemed to work out really well. And then what I'm doing now is I'm using actually the webcam on my laptop. It seems like there's a little bit more of a delay. So the overall plan right now is I'm really trying to get the channel kickstarted, and then the channel is actually going to have several different series. One of those is the How We Do Stuff series, which I hope to continue to be putting the videos up once I get a better camera. And that is really my that series is my intention to try to create something that's not really out there, something that I would actually want to watch. You have a lot of nominally survival information on YouTube, and you have some homesteading information and gardening information and preparedness information, but there's really not a place where all of that kind of intersects, where there's a discussion on how all of those things either feed one another or develop into one another. And so I'm hoping to create a channel that has all of those things and is an enjoyable way to get good information. So if you've watched my How We Do Stuff, that's kind of the general gist of what I want to do, other though I want to ramp it up a little bit so that we're doing some day camping or survival camping, 30-day challenges, those type of things. And then little things that we do as we live off grid here that people may not know about, or how we do them. And so I don't know if you can hear the generator going. I got the generator running because it's so gray outside. And so that's kind of one element of that channel. I'm going to be starting the Planesplaining, which will be on a Sunday live, probably on Facebook, and then I'll upload it here. If you watch the video I put up the other day, the Planesplaining video, that could be on any topic that I want to talk about, or that people have sent me messages saying, hey, you want to talk about this? And it could be anything. It could be seriously anything that I think that my audience would like to hear more about. And I think we're going to do those live Sunday at 2:00 for now, and I'll let everybody know. But you'll still be able to catch them. If you can't catch it live, you'll be able to catch it because I will put it here on this channel. It'll be under a separate series called Planesplaining, and hopefully those will all be connected. So then if you want to watch through those, if you don't want to watch those, that's fine. You can wait for the how we do stuff videos. So what we're doing right now, I put out a Facebook message the other day. I had a pretty nice phone that was given unto me that I didn't have hooked to the internet at all. It was basically, I mean, unless I was on Wi-Fi. And basically I was using it as a camera, and then it was fast enough that I could do video editing on it. So a lot of the videos that you watched me making last year until about July or August were made on this little Android phone, which was a really nice one. Well, I dropped that in the water and ruined it and haven't been able to afford another one. My regular phone is just not built for that. The camera's not great. It's just not built for that type of duty. And so I put a call out. Hopefully somebody out there has got a nice, fast Android phone, or any kind of phone really, that can do video and is fast enough that I can do video editing on it. A good friend of mine said that he was going to send a pretty nice camera that he has that's extra because he had upgraded. And so that's going to give us another element of being able to do recording live and studio stuff or whatever. When I get the appropriate equipment and I have a computer or phone that's fast enough to do the editing, I want to start doing videos once or twice a week, plus the live shows. People can catch it when they want to catch it. One of the great things about doing it on YouTube, though, is that I like to sit down, and I down here at the up at the cottage and the farm, we don't have any power, but down here at the office, I have a generator or I have solar power, and I've got a television, and I can put YouTube on. And if there's something that I'm interested in watching, something that I think is going to be cool, or I follow some people, I can sit there just like I'm watching, Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever, and I can just watch them and watch it like a TV show. And I'm looking forward to that sort of thing where people can sit down and watch my videos like that, maybe a whole season. And so that's what I'm trying to develop. I'm going to need y'all's help as much as possible. If you could get more people to follow the page, that's great, or to subscribe. You just hit that subscribe button, and then there's a little bell icon there. You can click on that, and that'll tell you when I'm doing live videos or when I'm putting up videos so that you remember to go watch them. The other thing is to actually watch the videos, because they demonetized about a year ago. They demonetized everybody who had under 1,000 subscribers or under 4,000 view hours in a 365-day period. That means I got demonetized, which means I don't get paid for people for any ads or anything like that. So my first goal was to get over 1,000 subscribers, which we've done. And the next goal is I've got to get it up to over 4,000 viewing hours in a 365-day period. That's a floating 365-day period. So there's always one day dropping off and another day adding on. So it's not like you can just, there's not a number that you're constantly adding to. Sometimes it might drop if you have a low day of watch hours. So right now, I think I checked it this morning. We're like 2,600, 2,700 hours, which means I really got to get to work this spring, summer, and fall, putting up some good content so people will sit down and watch them. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to get people to watch or send people videos or watch the videos, and that's going to help tremendously. All right, so there's not but a couple of you here, and that's to be expected since I messed up everything. But if you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about, I can be here for a little while. Just type it into the comment section. In the meantime, I'm going to send out a Facebook up. This is the right link. Come visit. Because I probably have so seriously confused everyone that it's ridiculous. I don't know. Can you guys hear me pretty good? 1, 2, 3. I got my microphone here. Is this thing on? All right. And then I'm going to send out one more on Twitter and the chat box. That's really the fun part about all this. All right. So I've done that. All right. So anything anybody want to talk about? I got books sitting around here I could talk about. If you haven't read it or heard of it, there's always this one, Surviving Off Grid. Working on a second edition of this, expanded second edition. And this is basically a book that talks about the difference between creating your kind of alternative grid to trying to live without any of that stuff. And it also gets into philosophy and understanding of the history of the world. For me, you've had 3 2 to 5 second glitches. Oh, well, I think it's this laptop. I think what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to do it with my phone, or maybe I'll be able to, I don't know. I'm going to have to do something. I think my phone does it better without the glitches. My internet's actually faster because we had the internet people out the other day and they've sped things up. But I'm hoping that that's going to be taken care of. And I can always use my phone is actually faster than this laptop. It doesn't have the glitches. So Ken says he's had 3 2 to 5 second glitches. Anybody else out there having any glitchiness in the signal? This view just is really, I gotta do something too with this ugly background. I'm planning on having bookshelves all up here and bookshelves around here. But right now this is just kind of ugly. I got to set up a better looking backdrop for these live deals. So if you're out there, if you could tell me how the video and audio sounds, that's part of all this, is just testing. I'm going to do another one of these that I'm going to do like Scott Adams does. I don't know if you watch his or watch and listen to his podcast. It's really, really good. He does it at 9 o'clock every morning. And it's really, really good. He's a very interesting and independent thinker. And what he does is he does his on Twitter, Periscope, and then saves it and then puts it up on YouTube as kind of podcast. And I may end up doing something like that. I really don't have a big following on Twitter, and I think Twitter is kind of buried, what they call it, shadow banning. I think they've kind of buried my content because I tweet a little bit more political type of information. Must be having technical issues. Well, it could be us. It could be me. I may have to do another test on this using my phone as the camera instead of the webcam. So if you could describe for me your technical issues, that could be just my data stream coming from this computer. Anyway, so I put a little bit more political stuff on Twitter, although I'm not in the standard any of the camps that are out there today. I do put jokes and a lot more stuff like that on Twitter, but I don't think that anybody ever sees it. So I don't know if that's shadow banning, or I think I got 1,700 or so. I don't know. I don't even know how many followers I have on Twitter, but I don't think anybody ever sees anything that I put up there. So, that's the thing is that, trying to talk to an audience. And I've got a ton of followers on Facebook, and I think we're at 1,050 or something like that here on YouTube, which isn't a ton. But, all of these platforms are trying to almost throttle you so that you can't use their platform because they want you to pay to use them or to do something so intensive like on YouTube, which is spend a ton of money and have these basically these millionaire podcasters or whatever, and spend a bunch of money so that, it's almost like you're producing a TV show that they're putting on for free. And so that's kind of, there's this catch-22 in there as to what platform you can use, where like Facebook won't let you even talk to any of your follows unless you pay them. It's on my regular page, people will see it if they go out of their way to see it. And then YouTube has constantly changed the rules as well. And so it's just a difficult thing. Thank you, Pat. Signal's working great. Anybody else that's out there, if you could tell me how the signal is, and if you're having any audio glitches or video glitches or whatever, it could help me understand which of these platforms I should use. Also, if you want to type in what platform you prefer, where do you prefer to watch this type of content? I'm constantly going to continue to put, Lord willing, put my videos, my how we do stuff videos and bushcrafting or survival or preparedness or whatever videos. I also am going to start doing some videos for my Christian ministry page. So that may be, all these may be different formats, but let me know what type of format you prefer, where you like to consume your content. Sorry for the mix up. I'm trying to get people over here. It was my mess up. It wasn't my mess up. I was on here the other day, a week ago with YouTube, and did a live video and everything went fine. Got on there today and they changed everything, and there's no buttons that allow me to tell YouTube what it is that I'm doing. And so they've just made it more and more complicated. Android phone, sometimes Windows or Android tablet. That's kind of where I am. And that's actually what I was using for doing this back last summer, which was really becoming successful. I was getting a lot of hits and a lot of views and all that through YouTube, but filming the videos with my Android phone. And then I dropped that phone in the water and ruined it. And so now I have a phone, but it's not conducive to this type of usage. It's more like a construction cell phone. It's not really designed for making high quality videos and stuff for YouTube. So anybody out there has a good Android or other phone that has a great camera on it and has a lot of capacity as far as the ability speed, then let me know. If you want to donate something like that, that'd be great. All right. So if anybody has any questions, I've got some videos, ideas that I'm working on. I had 4 or 5 videos in production when my phone went into the drink. And those videos I'm going to have to redo. I had a video going on salting meat, which I need to redo. I had a video going on making wine, which I have to redo. And then I had just started the concept of doing a beer brewing, off-grid beer brewing video, which I'm going to have to do at some point. Hopefully I'll get some hops grown this year. Been looking to see if they're poking up above the ground. All right. Does anybody have any questions? And if you're watching this after and it's not live. All right. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. If you missed this after the live video, if you would do a couple things for me, that would really, really be helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. hit the little bell icon so that you can get the notifications. Make comments if you would. And if you have any shows, discussions, topics, anything you'd like to see me talk about, put that in the comment section and share. Those are the things I like. All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for your patience. And the show, the channel is coming along, and hopefully we're going to be at a real high level pretty soon. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you very soon.